Give me that.
Whoa. This is supposed to be hard.
Give me that alley.
It's really kind of really easy sometimes with Himbo.
Man,
hey, ever since Himbo got married and got promoted, he hasn't been the same. He has too much on his plate. Too much on his plate.
I got him back-to-back weeks. I got him last week, too, with that.
Too much on his plate.
I mean, you guys, that was like in 0.5 seconds.
That was too easy. It was too easy.
It's a layup.
Hembo, you got to come back stronger than that. Meanwhile, all right, Patrick Mahomes has thrown just one touchdown pass in the last 2 weeks. Russell Wilson has been on a tear, completing 39 of his last 51 passes over 2 games. That's 76%. For the season, he's thrown 12 touchdowns, no picks. Seattle is 4-1. Great numbers, good enough to get in the Seahawks into Ryan Clark's top 5? Yeah? What do you think?
Well, it's a sad day because everybody knows how this usually goes. Obviously, Zach wanted to do this because the Rams have lost 2 in a row, and he doesn't want me to run around. But here's where we're going to start. We're going to start with the San Francisco 49ers. And this is a team that early on in the season, I wasn't a believer. They beat the Bengals. They beat the Bucks. And I was like, I want to see you play someone that matters. But when you can rush the passer the way that this team does, and when you can run the football, that travels. And so we'll see this week as they go to LA, you're now in the top 5. Now there's expectations. Richard Sherman saying, hey, don't flip-flop. Don't go with us now. Well, if you don't play well this week, I will flip-flop because you won't be in the top 5 because that's the way this job works.
Yeah, I like that pick. I got them at 5, too. They haven't beat a great team, but what they did on Monday night against the Browns was impressive. So they can stay right at the end, and I'm with you. I love Richard also, but that's what we do. We flip-flop. If you guys play well,
I'm rocking with you.
If you don't play bad, we think you stay.
What have you done for me
lately?
Let's go to number 4.
At number 4, I think this may shock some people. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs. And I do believe right now they have the best quarterback in the game, a guy that's playing this position like we've really never seen. They also have a defense that's playing like we've really never seen. And then they're not on the field most times. This defense is invisible. They're getting run through, and you do not want to be that. They are the village bicycle. Everybody gets an opportunity to go up and down the field on the Kansas City Chiefs defensively, and you cannot win a championship that way. You have to give Patrick Mahomes some help.
Okay, I got Chiefs 4 on my list, too. I like that. I think you're right, but the reason why I have them there is because of injuries. I think when they get back all their offensive weapons, you're right, that village bicycle is going to be a problem, but they're not going to be able to stop that Ferrari when they get back all their weapons.
That was the biggest storyline last year when they lost to the Patriots, and they haven't gotten better. They changed DCs, and they still haven't gotten better.
Hey. Sorry is as sorry goes.
All right, how about number 3?
Here we go. At number 3, I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. Now, this is the team, you have an opportunity to win when you have a guy like Aaron Rodgers. Matt LaFleur comes in. He doesn't necessarily revolutionize what they're doing, but he's keeping Aaron Rodgers safe, healthy, protecting him by running the football, adding the screen game, and they've gotten really good defensively. I know they gave up some yards in the past to the Dallas Cowboys, but that's because the Dallas Cowboys were fighting, trying to come back, throwing the ball down the field. The Smiths has been great pickups in free agency. Darnell Savage defensively. Jair, Kevin, really good on the outside.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget about Amos. I love this team. I think they should be much higher than they are now.
How much higher can you get?
We'll find out. I think they should be much higher than they are right now, which I guess I told myself because they're not 1. I mean, they're not 2. I think they're number 1, in part because we look at the teams or who people have beat. Yeah. They've had the most impressive wins so far. They beat the Cowboys by a lot more than the Saints beat the Cowboys.
Now we're counting points. Okay.
I mean, it matters. If we're picking hairs right now, we're sorting hairs right now. That is something that makes a difference. And they beat up on the Bears.
You better be the AP. You better be the AP college poll. Oh, look at this.
It matters. What else?
Alabama beat Southern Miss by 40.
What else?
Oh my goodness, this guy.
That's how you
At number 2, the New England Patriots. And it's not necessarily because they haven't played anybody, because we've watched them play nobody every regular season for the last 20 years. But what we have seen is this team has a great defense. They're rushing the passer. They haven't given up a passing touchdown all season, and they've turned the ball over. The McCourties as twins, they lead the league in twins interceptions. It's crazy. They have 5
I think
together.
they do every year.
They have 5 already.
They are fantastic. This defense is great. The thing I like about this team is they have something that they can hang their hat on, which they haven't had that in a significant way since, I think, Randy Moss. They have a unit on the side of the ball that you can guarantee are going to be good, but it does matter who they play. They've been shutting down a bunch of quarterbacks that you don't want to start on your team.
Well, you know what, though? You bring up the Randy Moss era, but you're talking about the defense. You're not talking about the offense.
Oh, no, I'm definitely talking about the defense, but that's the last time we had a unit for this team that we were like, whoop.
Well, I'm about to tell y'all why. he's wrong about number 1.
Okay.
Because everybody knows that last year I couldn't even fly into MSY in New Orleans. People said I couldn't go visit my mama's church in Gretna, regular Baptist church. But that is changing this year. Last year, the Saints had to have a parade, right, and a boycott of the NFL because they did them bad. And I was happy because I was a Rams guy. But this year, grab your handkerchief. We're going to be second lining, right? They're going to be second lining on Bourbon Street. Bam, bam. We're going to be rocking that thing out like this because the Saints have beat. He talking about, oh, my goodness, they beat the best teams. The Packers ain't beat Seattle. They haven't beat the Cowboys. They only lose to the Rams because they had to switch quarterbacks in the middle. The Buccaneers come off of hanging 50 plus 5 on the Rams, and they come in there and get shut down. You had to go back and watch the film and put an APB out for Mike Evans because Marshawn Lattimore out there strapping.
So 2 things.
Bruce Arians got to throw flags to protect people.
I watched that game. Marshawn has been strapping all season, but he also had a safety over top the entire game. Not taking it away from him, but that's a
got to be smart.
And you just said that they ain't beat the Cowboys. I was with you with all your theatrics. I was with you waving your hanky until you said
First off, I was second line.
That was absolutely wrong. The Packers have beat the Cowboys.
I didn't say they didn't beat them.
You heard him, Kevin. You heard him.
No, I didn't say. I heard you. I just heard you say they beat them. How about you stupid and forget though?
Take a look at Dominique's power rankings too, and let's see. Let's compare these guys. All right, and we won't even get in the debate. But he has them third. He has the Saints third here. RC.
They're third. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater was awesome last week, but Teddy Bridgewater has not been awesome.
But Drew Brees is coming back. Did you not see Drew Brees out there throwing mini footballs? Did you not see him throw the football, go through my progression? Throw the football, go through my progression. Michael Thomas is a monster.
Explain to me the point of power rankings. They're about what's happening right now.
Right now, the Saints are 3-0 without Drew Brees.
Now,
they're 3-0
right now,
Drew Brees.
He can fly into New Orleans just on that segment alone. That's the only thing we've learned about that, all right? Right now, that's the only thing.
And just because I voted for him for NFLPA president don't mean we're friends now.
Oh, all right. Let's see how that plays out. Let's go to the NBA. More reaction and more excitement. Let the record show at 8:11 p.m. Eastern Time. The earth did not stop spinning. Something, though, big happened. Ben Simmons made a 3. The Sixers start connecting on the triple. His first one in a professional basketball game. Didn't count because they're facing a team in Shanghai. Or make that China, as well as it being an exhibition contest. But it's really the reaction as I slide in here. And great to have Jalen Rose join us. Looking smooth as well. And
that's mutual.
When you see that, and you see that experience, and you saw, to me, what stood out is we see all these summer tapes, these workout videos. Oh, he's shooting. And then we don't really see that play out. Here we saw it play out where he had that look, and Embiid is telling him, take the shot, and then he nails it.
Absolutely. For a young all-star player that flirts with triple-doubles on a nightly basis, will play defense, can finish at the hoop, he had a glaring weakness in his game. And that's what you want to see, young people improve. It wasn't that he wasn't making jump shots. He wasn't attempting jump shots outside of the paint. So for his team to respond like this, they understand the importance of it. If he can make jump shots, your Philadelphia 76ers will be my favorite to come out of the East.
What kind of jump shots, though? When you say that, is that 8 feet? That's 10 feet? Is that 22 feet?
Mid-range.
Mid-range,
You don't go from not attempting 15-footers to Larry Bird in one season. But you should have confidence in him stepping up and taking the shot. What a lot of people are underestimating, however, he was up against the clock. What you want him to now learn to do is shoot those shots in the floor of an actual basketball game.
All right, well, he's got to get that confidence here. And when you see the Sixers, and obviously I'm busting inside with excitement when you see the listen, and you know, Philly understands that reaction a little over the top, but that's where this city is, because you talk about a guy who got a max deal without finding his jumper because of the inside game. And now when this changes things up, and you mentioned that they'll win the East if he could shoot consistency, what else do you like about this Sixers team?
Here's the thing for Philly. You lose Jimmy Butler. He was your playmaker the last 2 minutes of the game. If Ben Simmons can't make jump shots and he can't make free throws, you can't give him the ball at the end of the game. And so that's why his team is so very excited. We know Joel Embiid is going to be in the MVP conversation. Tobias Harris should step into some of that role. But as your primary ball handler, you need to be able to make open jump shots.
Yeah, I'm with you, too, because the spacing on the floor will be a big deal here, especially when you have Al Horford down there clogging the lane. Let's run the floor.